reason you feel shame is because of the reality of sin. Because the sin is real, the shame is real. But if you can deal with the reality, you can deal with the feeling. If you can address the reality, you can address the feeling. Well, Pastor, what is the reality? Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 5. Second Corinthians chapter 5 is what we'll look at next. 2 Corinthians 5, let's look here at verse 21. Now, watch some very powerful words in these verses. It says, "For he has made him to be sin for us, who knew no sin, that we might be made the righteousness of God in him." Now, when you're ignorant of 2 Corinthians 5:21, you invent religion. But when you understand 2 Corinthians 5:21, you can address shame because you deal with sin at its root. What is the righteousness that we have? The righteousness that we have is this. Jesus, who never did any sin, verse 21 says, was made sin. Everybody say, made sin. Made sin. And the outcome of that is that those of us who never did any righteousness got to be made righteous. Now, as unfair as it was for Jesus to be made sin when he didn't deserve it, that's okay. Why? Because it's equally unfair for me to be made righteous when I don't deserve it. Here is the reality of righteousness before God. Every man or woman that is born again is already as righteous as they are ever going to be. You are not going to get more righteous. You are not going to get more acceptable to God. You are not going to have more rights to enter into God's throne than ever before. The day you got born again, you are as right can be, and you can't get no righter. And I know that's not English, but y'all know, you understand what I'm saying. You can't get any righter than you are. So I'm telling you right now, if you're born again with a pack of Pall Mall non-filtered in your pocket and some Mad Dog 2020 on your breath and a girl next to you that you introduce as your friend because you can't call her your wife, if you are born again, you getting rid of the Pall Mall, the Mad Dog, and the crazy lady is not going to make you more righteous before God, because for the Christian, you are already as righteous as you are ever going to be. You getting everything perfect in your life won't make you more righteous. Listen to me. You tell me which you would choose. Get your life cleaned up, as good as you can make it, and roll the dice before God, or let Jesus take your sin and take his righteousness coat and walk before God. I don't know about you, I'd rather go into that throne room with his coat on any day of the week than to even try to get my life cleaned up. Why? Because I will miss a spot. I know what it's like when my mother says, clean the bathroom. When I was little, I clean it, and she'd come in and say, you missed this, did you get behind the toilet? I might think my life is clean, but God might see some stuff that I didn't see. I don't even want to try to come to him with my clean life. I'd rather say, hey, look at the cross. He took my sin. I took his righteousness. The righteousness I have, I didn't earn. It was given to me. Why? I was made righteous, and that's how I'm acceptable to God.